An alleged drug kingpin, Yaganathan Teddy, also known as Teddy Mafia, has been shot and killed. 2 other people, we understand, were also beheaded. Karinda, a short while ago when we spoke, certainly a lot of focus was starting to be moved towards this particular community that is said to have, protected Yaganathan and certainly looked at him as one of their own. What have you been able to establish around the beheading of the other 2 people that were also set alight?
Indeed, good evening to you. Well, we're outside the home of Yaganathan Teddy Mafia, as he was known. Lots of police activity, as you can see here. In fact, just getting onto the street, Taurus Street, we had to go past several police vehicles. Many police officers saying, it's actually quite an unsafe time right now to be here because a lot of tension in this community. As the KZN policeman spokesperson, Brigadier Jagmohan, told us that in many cases, Teddy Mafia, as he was known in this area, would actually assist community members and thereby receive the protection of the community, and that is how the beheadings came to be. Now, it was around 2 o'clock when Yaganathan told one of his family members that he was expecting visitors. That was his daughter. His daughter went to another part of the house. She later was said to have heard gunshots and then established that her father had been shot. He had been taken to hospital and he died at the Chatsworth Hospital. We were just there now, but then we did understand that following this shooting, 2 other suspects were seen fleeing the house. They were shot dead first, we understand, and then their body set alight. They were also beheaded. Video footage of this is doing the rounds on social media here in Durban. Extremely gruesome footage that's actually culminating from that, and you can see anger there from many community members against the suspect, and the police spokesperson just adding to the fact that the community actually assisted in protecting this alleged drug kingpin in return, of course, for his assistance to them. And also, just as we were coming here, we're unable to show you right now, but this area where we're in is a very hilly area, and surrounding us are quite a few flats. And Brigadier Jagmohan telling us that in many cases when police were about to conduct raids, people who were living in those flats were able to look on and alert Teddy Mafia and of course the people that he'd been with, that police had been on their way. I just want to also remind you that Yaganathan was arrested last year in April. This after police conducted a raid at his home here. They found several unlicensed firearms as well as coins worth thousands of rands, and this arrest came after there was said to have been a spate of murders in the Shallcross area. This is according to a report by Times Live, and they say that this followed the arrest of Yaganathan's son just in March last year. My apologies, in March 2019. And this apparently because of a drug turf war that's been escalating in Chatsworth. I did ask Brigadier Jagmohan if this would be the end of his investigations, but he did say that, of course, they will continue from this going on because Yaganathan Teddy Mafia, as he's known, was an alleged drug kingpin in this area. Now, of course, police are going to be further investigating and to ensure, of course, that that kind of activity does not come up once again here. It is quietening down now. I'm not sure if you can see in the distance, but you can see various policemen as well as investigators dressed in full PPE going in and out of Teddy Mafia's home, quite an established home here in the heart of Shallcross. And we'll, of course, now have to be speaking to various community representatives here about what Teddy Mafia's death means to this community, especially if they had enjoyed that kind of support from him. What next to come out of this community, and will police be able to really stifle the drug activity that would have been going on here, and can they assure that this would of course be brought to book and these activities stopped at this point?
All right, Karinda, I'll just, give you a moment to be able to just get some shelter from the rain. I see that it's quite pouring where you are, and that's Karinda Jagmohan there, just bringing us up to speed about this shooting in chats within Shallcross, and we do understand that Yaganathan Teddy, also known as Teddy Mafia, was shot and killed, and he died on his way to hospital. His family confirming to police, as Brigadier J. Naika had said a little earlier on, and also the circumstances around the two other people who were then beheaded continues to be a subject of investigation, as it is understood at this stage that they may have been apprehended by members of the community and then set alight, as they do understand that this particular community was of course protective of Teddy Mafia, and as Karinda says there, that even when there would be raids, and it's quite a hilly area, and sometimes they would be able to tip him off. Certainly it's going to be a multi-layered story and a multi-layered investigation that police will still, as they said, that they're going to be continuing to continue with, and will be monitoring very closely to see here what details do you imagine, who are these two people that would then be beheaded, and why